Hi guys, we're the guys of Beholder. We just played the crap out of this game. Heats, Paddle to the Metal, Heavy Rain expansion. We played a 3-round tournament where it was
Make your own rules, yeah.
Make your own rules. It was very tense. Tony came out on top in a wacky series of events. And now we're here. Now we're going to talk about this game.
Yeah. So what do you guys specifically think of the chicanes? The little 2-turn things. So that was one of the new things that they added.
They make or break. They make and break the game. Like if you make one mistake here, which I've done in 2 separate games. I don't know if you saw. I made the mistake, and you lose. You simply have to get these exactly right to make sure that you stay competitive.
Yeah, and when there's things that, like, the road conditions that lower the speed for them, it can make them really difficult. Specifically, when we did the Mexico track, it was a 1 speed for both of them, and it was rough to get through them. Very slowly, had to take your time for it.
Yes.
Larry, you kind of felt whatever about them?
I honestly didn't even know they were new. So, yes.
Do you like them? Do you think they had a particularly fun?
Did not notice they were new, so it did not leave an impression.
Okay.
All right.
At all.
Okay.
But yeah, with that, definitely makes...
Yeah. To make it intense. Yeah. And then specifically for Japan, they added the water to the track, which only affected me once over here, which ended up fucking me. Because I ended up having to spin out back over here anyways, but we all did. So, it's all right.
I don't know if we all did.
Well, not all of us.
I'm pretty sure one guy didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true. I do think the water adding heat to decelerate it's a nice touch, nice addition. It's flavor. Another thing we did, we added weather. So, how do you guys feel about weather?
The weather, I really don't think I noticed.
Yeah, besides the starting conditions, it doesn't come into effect.
Yeah.
Too often. Yeah. It did get us on...
The no slipstream.
The no slipstream. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That came
on the longest stretch in America. Yeah. No slipstream was...
Longest stretch in America. I mean, yeah, you ever been to New Mexico? It's long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, the weather didn't come up too often. I mean, it is what it is.
Right, weather effect would have been... on this
part, yeah.
Which
so
means we get an extra cooldown.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which we didn't, like, with this particular race, we were only in that stretch once.
Yeah.
You know? Yep. Where it mattered.
How do you guys feel about road conditions? Because that's something else we did different than... So that's these guys.
Oh, the extra slipstream.
All of them. You know, extra slipstream, changing to the corner speeds.
Pretty much the corner speeds are the only one that...
We noticed.
Yeah.
That had any actual effect.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that came into play, like, what, once in all 3 fucking games?
I think maybe twice, because there's one time that I slipstreamed earlier that we had it.
But they have,
the free boost one, unfortunately, landed in a spot where if you boosted, you were screwed.
Correct.
Because it led into chicanes that were 1 speed. If it would have happened, like, here, and you get the boost for free, that could be a big deal.
Good. But it didn't.
Yeah. That's true. It did not. We also added sponsor cards. How do you guys feel about the sponsor cards? One and done burns.
Yeah. Sponsor cards were great, but they just had a lot of slipstreams, and slipstream is not something you can really count on.
Yeah.
Within this game.
I don't like them taking up a hand spot.
Oh, at the start of the game?
Yeah.
Or in general, because they go straight into your hand, and then you have it until you play it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Going into your deck. Like, there's enough of them where they could go into the deck, and they could be cycled through that way.
Like, they're decent. I wouldn't say worth liking it.
I mean, some of them are really good. Like, the breaks are good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not huge cards. No, that being stuck in your hand is preferable.
That, yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
This one increases the speed corner.
Yeah.
Right, there's some of them that do something. There's some of them that are butts.
Some of them
like I had one that's like, hey, 0 speed, but 2...
slipstream, yeah.
No, it's 2...
cooldown.
Super cool. So it's like, I ain't got fuck all, like I just shuffled.
Yeah. Right.
You're sitting in my hand at a 0.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There are times where it becomes useless, unfortunately.
A 0 card is also helpful. You know, when you're sitting there at that corner and you're stuck in 3rd gear and you have to play a 3rd card. So, it's still helpful.
It just wasn't helpful right then and there.
Yes.
Which is what he wanted. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That always makes sense.
How do you feel about the photography corner? That's something else that we added. If you go faster here, you get a sponsor card for free.
That is nice, but again, it's just a card that's coming out that's gonna sit in your hand until you use it. I do think that it's fun. It incentivizes a bit more ballsy play.
Incentivizes a different style of play.
That goes around the corner. I play big moves. I spin out a lot. And like once or twice a race typically, unless I'm really trying not to. And so I was over here, right? In the last race, and you guys were already down over there. I had a play where I was going to do 21 and just blow you all out of the water. But then I remembered where I was. I wasn't here. I was here. And I was very upset about it. I should have just spun out. But I don't know where that went or where that came from. But it was just, your question led me to think about that moment where it would have been a game-changing thing. I would have had you guys way in the dust and things would have been different. But corners and
they exist.
Functions of the game. Yeah. Don't spin out.
Core mechanics of the game.
Mm-hmm. Don't spin out.
What do you think about the GUI improvements?
Yes. Should have been core. Should be integrated.
PT dubs. They're like, well, they were like $10 on Amazon 6 months ago when I bought these.
Wait, are these specifically made for Heat?
No.
Okay.
I bought
There's
these.
maybe
Yeah, they're just fidget keychains.
Yeah.
That I found. And I was like, oh, this will definitely make Larry happy.
They did.
So, you know.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, no problem. And I thought it would be fun for us as well.
It's white and gold, too.
Yeah, it came with like a pack of 5. So, no green in any of them. I think I had to buy green extra, and it would have been like $5 by itself. And I was like, nah. All right, I think... other thing that we added was events to the stuff. So that during our tournament, we just kind of picked up whatever the fuck we want for them, because why not? It's a game. No one's going to tell you otherwise. How do you guys feel about events for treks? Things like when you go 15 at USA, you got an extra sponsor card.
I think that those are perfect. Every race should be a special thing. It's like a freaking ladder match or a street fight in wrestling.
Dude, you are so balls, Steve.
I'm in. Yeet! They want it, let me oops. Anyways, listen, I like Jay. I like him a lot. I think that this last race was the most intense race that we had. It was only a single
one lap to a finish.
That was fun. That was tense. My heart was pounding the entire time. It changed it up just the right amount to where it was a new game.
Okay. So now I'm gonna ask a question here. Do you think this game is too intense?
I think we are too intense when we play games sometimes. The three of us.
We still tone it down for someone's
to be
benefit.
fair, yeah. Me and Larry do turn it down a lot.
There'd be a lot more yelling and swearing.
Okay, well that's... Maybe you guys have something you need to work on.
No, that makes us feel good.
Yeah, we play to win the game.
Yeah.
It's competitive.
Yes.
I think we're plenty competitive.
No. It's toned down.
Yeah. I would say we're probably at like a 6.
Yeah.
Okay. I shudder to see you at a
I was shot over a card game.
It's true, I did shoot him over cards.
With a water gun.
That's pretty intense. Pretty intense.
Hey, you know, that's the way it is when you've been playing games together for Jesus world.
20
Your
years.
whole life.
20 years.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some intensity to this game. So keep that in mind if you're playing this, that there might be, some intensity there. And I think that definitely kind of comes through in our videos because we're very quiet and we're very focused and very like
looking at the board, looking at calculating,
doing math.
Which this game is just a lot of math. It's a lot of addition.
Yeah. So so I'm going to ask you guys, what are something that you like? What's something that you hate?
It's still fun to zoom. It's still like you get in a position that like Michael, the first game, you were fucked.
Yeah.
Fucked.
And like those last 2 turns, like I just felt bad. Like there's zero literally fucking playing the game. So like when you're like losing that bad, it still feels awful.
That's it.
Like, there's not enough ways to come back.
To be fair, your last turn, there was potential.
Yeah.
Ish.
Potential because it was like, there was nothing.
I disagree with Larry. That first time around, like, I know I was quiet and, like, trying to think of something, but, like, I was still engaged in the game when that first match where I was losing so badly. And that also opens up, like, for a bit more, okay, screw it, let's see if this play works, you know?
More experimentation.
So...
Do you think that experience helped you learn how to play better in future games?
I mean, I did. I notably performed better with each game.
Each time, yeah.
Notably.
Yeah.
Was playing the game more and more and more and more. Fighting about, like, okay, you gotta make sure, you just always have to have some heat. You can't be at 0. You definitely can't be at 0 come around a corner. Or...
Unless you're slow poking it. You know, you're doing Grandpa's Sunday Cruise.
Right. You gotta have heat, and you gotta push the limit, be able to push the limit when you need to. But only when you need to. And I definitely think that I was immediately rewarded by performing better. Is something that I liked about it. Like, so that what does that make sense? By improving, I immediately got more out of the game while I had a particularly speedy run or came in second.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So that's something you enjoy. What's something you don't enjoy?
Oh.
Was that the thing that you enjoyed, or were you just jumping
the
off
thing that I don't enjoy? Slipstream. It's awesome when it happens. Don't take it out of the game. I don't quite know what it's missing, but it does feel like it's missing something. I would say more opportunities for it to happen within the weather itself. I guess this my point is towards the weather options. What I don't like about it, because I'm noticing when we had the thing that said no slipstream during weather conditions, never was an issue. Really.
It was an issue a couple of times.
But it's not something that we noticed from the weather cards, even that. So I think what I'm leading more into is the weather cards. Aside from the starting conditions that they give you, they make almost no change to the game.
I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe something where like they showed up more or had more of an impact.
Mm-hmm.
But
I thought we were supposed to have all the billboard shit out of it.
No, you do one for each corner. Really? So like this one had 5 corners. That's why we had 5 out there. They have multiple things on here because like if you pull one that affects a zone, you put it here. But if it affects the corner, you put it next
to the corner.
Yeah. So like for this one, like this affects the corner, but this one is for this whole big ass zone. That's all the way over here. So you talked about things you didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the things you like. Things that I don't like about this game. I actually have to agree with Larry.
Sometimes you just can't do anything.
Yeah. And that might be, we're doing a tournament with 3 people. So all of our experience is through a 3-player lens.
Correct.
More players would mean more slipstreams.
Yes, it'd be a whole
more slingshots. Yeah.
Right. And it changes how like positions happen. So again, I think this is more of a 3-player thing, which is an us thing, not a game thing. But when someone does get really far behind in a situation like this, like I felt bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching you, I felt bad.
I've had to learn how to have fun while losing games for a really long time. So,
and like
I think that's something that you guys should get used to. Is games are fun even when you're losing, and they
can be.
Yes,
but
I'd much rather have you been competitive.
Yes. Because like being that far behind, like yes, you said you're experimenting, but like there's no value added.
Well, the value added is to himself, not to the game. So it's for him and his learning experience.
Correct.
Or heckin' yeah, I just pulled 16 past that 2 corner. Oh shit.
Things that I do enjoy about the game. Honestly, I enjoy the amount of different variabilities there are to it. How many different ways you can just say, screw it, we're going to make whatever we want and do it and add all these different modules to it and have our own game and make it our own way. It is an incredibly intense game. It creates situations where if you are hyper competitive, like some of us at this table, you get nervous. You can get the yips. You can feel the heart in your throat, and I like that. I really enjoy that. That
living on the edge feeling.
Yeah, that grip of your throat, the knees shaking, the hands wobbling.
Yeah, we need to just go all out one game soon. We need to just
go all out.
Let it fucking out.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah,
we could.
Don't know what game. It might be a special ass game.
It would. And then we'll just yell at each other.
Yes.
Just like the good old days.
That sounds awful.
No one should get punched nowadays, so
we shouldn't throw dice at each other anymore.
Yeah.
So
I just rather not.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or throw dice out the windows, or
I won't be here whenever that battle of fates happens. You guys can go fly off to Mustafar. I'll be busy, bearing children and dying.
What?
Okay, I believe you.
Okay, I believe you. So do we think we really like this game?
I really like this game.
Larry?
It's legitimately fun when winning. There are games that are fun when you're losing. This isn't one of them.
So do you like it, yes or no?
Nah.
Okay. I like this game. I think it's a lot of fun.
So you would only have fun winning in this game?
Correct.
So I think that's kind of fucked up.
But here's the thing. I'm fine losing at other games. This one just...
I think, is it because you're that passionate about it?
Maybe.
And it's giving you that much of an emotional reaction?
No, I think it's the other games. There's easier ways to catch up. There are things you can do. Okay. Sometimes you're just fucked, and that feels bad.
I mean, to be fair, we have played games where Michael was all the way behind and he came back.
Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't say you're dead and buried.
Anything can happen.
I just think the game evokes an emotional reaction out of you that has a very negative effect when you're not winning.
No.
What's that movie about the girl getting run over by a reindeer? So, I mean, that is what it is, I think.
Yeah.
Anything else? Hey, make sure you comment to get a pen.
Go, yeah, do that. Pins are cool. People like pins. That's why these were made. And we think you'll like them. Go comment
That's what I was told.
We're going to Gen Con 2025. I'm going to keep talking about it until it's Gen Con 2025. And then we'll be at Gen Con 2025. And I'll keep talking about Gen Con 2025 because Gen Con 2025 is happening and we will be at Gen Con 2025.
Is that 5 times?
No, it was way more than 5.
6 times? I don't know. I lost count.
I was not paying attention.
No, he never does when I speak. It's fine. We're the guys of the holder. Thanks for watching.
do 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 do